Hi everyone, and welcome to this video. Today in Jumpstart, we're going to be exploring and experimenting with different objects to see if they're good at reflecting light or not so good at reflecting light. I know that in the previous video, or the video you watched before this one, Miss Irina went through a couple of different characteristics or qualities of good and bad reflectors. And I remember that you found out that good reflectors are both smooth and shiny, just like a mirror. So the first item I have with me today is some tinfoil. So you may have seen tinfoil in your own home. You might have seen it in the kitchen or the dining room because it's usually used when we're making food. Usually it doesn't come in tiny pieces like this. I just cut it up this small. You might have seen it in big pieces. So to see if this is a good or bad reflector, let's first put on our looking goggles to see what we can notice. What do you notice about the tinfoil? Something I notice is that it's pretty smooth, especially right here. There are some places that it's a little crinkled because tinfoil crinkles really well, but most of it, for most of it, it seems very smooth. It's also pretty shiny, especially if this side is a little more shiny than the other side. So let's see if it'll be a good reflector. What do you think? Do you think it's a good reflector or a bad reflector? It's smooth and shiny. To help us figure that out, I have a flashlight, or it's just a lamp light. And it has a little switch over here, and it turns on the light. So I'm gonna go ahead and shine the light on our tinfoil. It's on. Here's my tinfoil. What do you think? So you can really tell that this is a good reflector because the light bounces off and you can move the light by moving the object, by moving the tinfoil. So the light comes from the flashlight and bounces off or reflects off of the tinfoil and goes wherever you point it. So if I want to point it at my face kind of lights up because the light is reflected onto it. I can put it on my shirt or like around me. I can point it towards you guys. And that's when it looks like it's glowing because it's kind of getting in your way. Ooh, see, like this. Ooh, that's pretty bright. It seems like it's a good reflector. So tinfoil is good, probably because it was smooth and shiny. The second thing I have is this piece of fabric. It's not quite felt, it's a little stiffer than felt, but it's similar. It's pretty soft, and it kind of reminds me of the construction paper that Miss Irina had. It's a little softer than paper, but it kind of looks like it too. So let's put on our looking goggles again, boop, and see what we can notice about this item. So I can feel it, it's soft. It is smooth, but it's definitely not shiny. So what do you think? Do you think this will be a good reflector or a poor reflector? Let's find out using the flashlight again. Ooh, I turned it on. I have my item. Ooh. So I'm shining it on, but it definitely doesn't move the light like it did, like the tinfoil did. It moves it a little bit, honestly, not even that much. If I shine it this way, it doesn't really get in your way. It doesn't really shine my face or my shirt. I can't really move the light at all. This means that the light is shining onto the felt, but it's not reflecting it, so I can't direct it anywhere else or shine it towards anywhere else. The third item I have is this metal bucket. So for the last time, let's put on our looking goggles and see what we can notice about this bucket. So, what do you notice? I noticed that it's kind of shiny. It's definitely not as shiny as the tinfoil. You can see it's a lot more shiny, but it is kind of shiny. It's also smooth, but has these ridges or bumps on the side. But this part is smooth and this part is smooth. So most of it is smooth. And it's the same on the inside too. So what do you think? Good reflector or poor reflector? Let's find out. Let's turn on our light again and shine it onto this bucket. Oop. So let's see if I can direct the light to my face. It seems like it's working. Oop, yeah it is. You can see no light, light. So I'm reflecting the light and I'm directing that light to wherever I want to direct it. It's a little harder to direct because it's kind of a round surface. If I shine it in here, you can see that it gets really bright, and that's because the light is bouncing off of this part, this part, this part, the inside part, and it looks like it's almost glowing because all the different parts are reflecting off of each other, which is why it gets super bright. It's definitely harder to direct the light because it's round. But it seems like a pretty good reflector. What did you notice about these experiments? Did you notice the good reflectors? What did they have in common? It seems like the good reflectors were all smooth and shiny, which makes sense because we learned in Miss Irina's video that good reflectors have to be smooth and shiny. What did we learn about poor reflectors? We learned that poor reflectors are not shiny, and also that it's harder to reflect light when things are textured or not smooth. So that's it for our experiment today. I hope you had a lot of fun. You can also try this on your own at home if you have a flashlight. I know some people have flashlights that they hold, or flashlights on a phone or an iPad or a camera. There's also just any light you can use at home. You can use a lamp, and if it's sunny out, you can even use a window where the sun can come in. You can try this experiment with all types of objects or materials at home and find out if you can see which ones are good reflectors and which ones are poor reflectors. So thank you so much for experimenting with me and exploring all these different objects. I hope you have fun exploring with your own objects at home, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!